What's up? Welcome to the channel. This is 10 of the best beginner motorcycles. I wanted to keep this video the motorcycles I've had experience with, motorcycles I've ridden, so there's probably some not on this list that could be on this list, but this is my top 10, and I'm going to start and kind of categorize them. So the first bike on my list is the Honda Grom and the Kawasaki Z125. Both of these are amazing bikes. Both of these are 125cc. They are great for beginners, great for somebody that wants to learn control. They're very light. They do not have a ton of power to get you in trouble. These are going to be really good for the first bike you ever ride. If you have no experience riding a motorcycle, these are amazing bikes. A little bit taller seat height on them. Short riders, I'd swing your leg over one first before actually seeing if it's for you. If you want something to putz around, these are great. They're fairly inexpensive. Stupid gas mileage on these things. Great beginner mini-moto bikes. Then I've got videos on each one of these bikes linked in the description. So if you want a full review on each individual bike, I'll have them all linked in the description below. So next on my list is the Honda Rebel series. This is specifically the 300 and the 500. 300 is an amazing bike, really good price point. This is a bike that's going to be capable of reaching freeway speeds. At least for me, I'm 165. If you weigh a little bit more, then I would push you to the Rebel 500. But if you're a beginner just getting into it, 300, really low seat height, really ergonomic positioning. It's a great bike. 300, like I said, it can get up to freeway speeds. If you're going to do a little more freeway riding, maybe jump up to the 500, it's still a good beginner bike. Not a ton of throw you off the back end power, real comfortable. Your seat height's low, so for shorter riders, that'll be great. Touch the ground when you're stopping. It's a good bike to learn on, a lot of fun. I think this definitely deserves a spot on this list. These are in no particular order. I just tried to organize them a little bit. Also, the Scrambler 500, if you want a little bit more of the, little more torquey, a little more off-road capability. That bike's also good. Next, I've got the Kawasaki Eliminator. This is going to be similar to the, I believe, the Ninja 400 motor. I think it uses the same platform if I'm not mistaken. This is an awesome bike. This is a cruiser, kind of like a bobber style. It is a very like badass feeling bike to ride. Really beginner friendly. It's going to be fun, nimble. It's got some punch to it as well. It's a fairly light bike and pretty low seat height as well. So for shorter riders, that's great. I love it. I would own one if I needed another small bike. Pushing past the cruisers, we've got Kawasaki Versys-X. It's a 300. This is a great entry-level adventure bike. If you want something that has the capability of pretty much doing everything, this is it. 300, so it's not a ton of power, but it is plenty of power to move you around. Freeway speeds on it is not horrible. I got a freeway. If you're a bigger rider, might need to look for something a little bit bigger. It did fine for me on the freeway, but it is a little bit slow. But these bikes, these adventure bikes, they are not quite as punchy. Last thing you want to do is touch the throttle and just be ripping rocks. So there's a reason for that. Anyways, great bike. Little taller, so if you're a short rider, I would swing your leg over one first and make sure it's something you can handle. But it's also fairly light, so there's that going for it as well. So jumping into a little different style, but kind of keeping it the off-road, we're going to talk about Supermotos and dual sport. So next one on the list is the CRF300L, which is their Supermoto. It's basically like a dirt bike. If you come from a dirt bike background, this will be an easy transition. This is a great beginner bike. Light, real friendly. You can ride on-road, off-road. You can do a lot of stuff with this. You can wheelie them pretty easily. They're a ton of fun and a good bike to learn on too. If you learn on a bike like this, other bikes are going to be a lot easier. Tons of fun. Good beginner bike. At 300 at this weight rating is still pretty good. It packs a little bit of a punch. They're a lot of fun. Then the next one would be the KLX300SM. Pretty much everything I said about the Hondas is going to transfer over to this. It's a competitor of that. So another great option. Both nimble, off-road capable, street-ready bikes. Now the section, the type of bikes that most people are probably on this video for is our sport bikes, our street bikes. These are my top picks for beginner entry-level sport bikes. Number one, we got the R3. This is going to be a really good, this is the only bike on this list that I haven't gotten the chance to ride. I've ridden the R7, great bike. The R3 is very similar positioning, obviously a smaller footprint, a fun, friendly, nimble bike, not a ton of power, great for a beginner. Plenty of power to move you around and it's going to feel punchy because of how light it is. Not too punchy to where you're going to get yourself in extra trouble with it. So next one on the list is going to be the Honda CBR 300. There's also a 500 version, but the 300 is way better suited for beginner riders unless you weigh a little bit more. Then you can jump to that 500 and get a little bit more push out of it. It's going to be a single cylinder engine, a little less expensive, just all around a great beginner bike. It competes really well with the R3. The only downside is freeway riding. You're not going to be able to get on the freeway like you would with 400 plus cc. These just don't have that power. So if you're riding around town, just want something fun and nimble, these are great. If you need a little bit more freeway riding or you're traveling a lot, maybe bump up to the 500 version. I definitely would stay away from upgrading from the R3 to the R7 as a beginner. Just not, don't even think about it. Next on my list, and the final one on my list, the Ninja 500. I would love to put the Ninja 400 in this, but the Ninja 400 has been discontinued, so it's the Ninja 500. Also the Z500, it's a good bike. It's a little bit more than what the 400 was, but not by much. I think it's a difference of like 5 horsepower, which is still not nothing. A little bit heavier too, so the difference is not night and day, but it is still a decent bike. But the Ninja 400, I would say, is the best beginner bike ever produced. The Ninja 500 is essentially that with, I want to say it's 52 more cc's than the Ninja 400. Great beginner bike though. I would say it's got a good amount of power too. It's going to stay fun. You're not going to have to upgrade right away, and it's going to be good to learn on. It's going to be light, nimble, easily controllable, and at least the Ninja 400 was very reliable. We'll see about the 500s. They're fairly new to the market, but the Ninja 400s were tried and true. I would say that the Ninja 500s are going to follow suit. Hopefully this video helped you. If you want any more in-depth reviews, I have all the videos linked below. There are definitely ones that I missed on this list, so if there's one that you would recommend, comment that below. Or if you're looking at one and want me to let you know if that would be a good beginner bike for you or a good upgrade to whatever you have, comment those below. Like this video if this was helpful, subscribe, click the bell notification or whatever, just so you don't miss out on future content. And as always, ride safe. Thanks for watching.